The hum of the server room was a constant companion these past few weeks, a low thrum beneath the frantic clicking of my own keyboard. Crestwood Academy, with its pristine ivy walls and air of perpetual superiority, held secrets deeper than any textbook. It started innocently enough, a dusty forum link shared in a history class, a whisper about the Blackwood Society, a group supposedly obsessed with the founding families of the town, a lineage stretching back to the very first settlers. The forum itself was a labyrinth of encrypted messages and cryptic clues, accessible only through a series of increasingly complex password puzzles. I, Alara Vance, a 16-year-old perpetually caught between the expectations of my parents and the yearning for something more than Crestwood's carefully curated social scene, found myself irresistibly drawn in. Initially, it was the intellectual challenge that hooked me. Deciphering the society's coded messages felt like solving a centuries-old puzzle, each breakthrough a small victory against the overwhelming boredom of AP Calculus and mandatory debate club. But the clues weren't just historical trivia, they hinted at something unsettling. References to disappearances, unexplained financial transactions, and a pervasive sense of control woven into the fabric of Crestwood's history. The community was an eclectic bunch. Liam, a coding prodigy who could crack any encryption. Miss Anya Sharma, a former academic who'd seemingly vanished from the university circuit years ago. And even Julian, a senior known for his detached demeanor and uncanny ability to recall obscure historical details. We met in virtual spaces, our avatars flickering on the screen as we debated theories, shared fragmented documents, scanned letters, faded photographs, architectural blueprints piecing together the society's hidden narrative. The deeper we dug, the more the lines between the online world and reality blurred. The clues started appearing within Crestwood itself. Subtle alterations to school records, dates changed, names omitted. Unexplained absences of former students, their profiles scrubbed from the school website. A chilling quietness among the older faculty, a deliberate avoidance of any discussion about the Blackwood Society or its alleged activities. I felt a growing sense of paranoia, a feeling that we were being watched. The school's internet monitoring system, usually a tedious annoyance, seemed to be paying closer attention to our online activity. Then came the incident with Mr. Abernathy, the school archivist. He'd been one of our most active contributors, sharing invaluable historical documents and insights. One morning, he simply wasn't there. His office was locked, his computer wiped clean. The administration offered a bland explanation, a sudden family emergency, but the community knew better. We'd seen the subtle inconsistencies in his last messages, the veiled warnings about certain lines of inquiry. It was a stark reminder that our digital explorations had real-world consequences. The attention from outside the online community started subtly at first: strange emails, anonymous online comments, a feeling of being followed. Then it escalated. A veiled threat left on one of our encrypted forums, a series of unsettlingly familiar symbols appearing on Crestwood's historical architecture. We weren't just uncovering a forgotten history. We were stirring something that wanted to remain buried. I confided in Chloe, a classmate who usually dismissed the online community as a quirky obsession. To my surprise, she listened, her initial skepticism slowly giving way to cautious interest. She possessed an uncanny ability to see patterns, a talent for spotting discrepancies that even Liam and Anya missed. Together, we began to forge alliances, pooling our skills and resources in a desperate attempt to stay ahead of those who were watching us. The historical mystery itself was intricate, a web of interconnected events spanning centuries. The Blackwood Society wasn't just a historical footnote, it had been actively shaping Crestwood's history from its inception. They believed in maintaining a certain order, a carefully controlled society where power resided with a select few families. The disappearances weren't random, they were sacrifices orchestrated to maintain that order. And the financial transactions, vast sums of money funneled through shell corporations, were used to control the town's economy and influence its politics. The final clue came in the form of a hidden compartment within an antique desk I found in my grandmother's attic. Inside was a series of maps, meticulously detailed and annotated with symbols that matched those appearing on Crestwood's historical architecture. The maps revealed a network of underground tunnels beneath the school, connecting various buildings and leading to a hidden chamber beneath the library. It was a chilling confirmation of our worst fears. The Blackwood Society wasn't just a legend. It was a living, breathing entity that had been operating in the shadows for generations. The confrontation happened during the school's annual Founders' Day ceremony. As the headmaster droned on about Crestwood's glorious past, Chloe and I slipped away, following the maps to the hidden entrance beneath the library. Inside, we found a chamber filled with artifacts, ancient documents, strange symbols, and a massive network of servers humming with activity. The headmaster, along with several other prominent figures from Crestwood's administration, were there, overseeing the society's operations in the present day. They weren't just maintaining order, they were actively manipulating events to ensure their continued control. The headmaster revealed the truth. The Blackwood Society wasn't about preserving history, it was about controlling it. They had orchestrated disappearances, manipulated finances, and suppressed knowledge to maintain their power. And Crestwood Academy was their central hub, a carefully constructed institution designed to mold future generations into compliant members of their society. He accused us of being naive idealists, of disrupting the natural order. The choice was stark: expose the society's activities and risk plunging Crestwood into chaos, or remain silent and allow them to continue their manipulation. I looked at Chloe, her eyes filled with a mixture of fear and determination. We had come too far to back down now. We uploaded all the evidence we'd gathered, the documents, the maps, the recordings of the headmaster's confession, to the online forum, exposing the Blackwood Society to the world. The backlash was immediate. The news spread like wildfire, triggering an investigation by state authorities and sparking a national debate about the dangers of unchecked power. The consequences for Crestwood were profound. The society's control crumbled, their carefully constructed facade shattered. But the victory came at a cost. Mr. Abernathy's disappearance remained unsolved, and the lingering fear of those who had been silenced by the society cast a long shadow over the town. As I stood on the steps of Crestwood Academy, watching the sunrise paint the ivy walls in hues of gold and crimson, I knew that things would never be the same. We had unearthed a dark secret, but in doing so, we had also found our own strength and purpose. The digital world, once a refuge from reality, had become the catalyst for change, a testament to the power of collective action and the enduring importance of truth. I closed my eyes, the hum of the servers still echoing in my ears. It was a reminder that the fight for truth was never truly over. That vigilance was the price of freedom. And as I walked away from Crestwood, I knew that my journey had just begun. The world was full of hidden secrets, waiting to be uncovered. And I, Alara Vance, was ready to find them. The experience had irrevocably altered my perception of reality, leaving me with a profound understanding of the fragility of truth and the importance of questioning everything. Crestwood's pristine facade had crumbled, revealing the darkness beneath, a stark reminder that even in the most seemingly idyllic settings, shadows can lurk. The online community, once a source of solace and intellectual stimulation, had become my lifeline, a testament to the power of connection in the digital age. We were a diverse group of individuals united by a shared desire for truth, bound together by encrypted messages and collaborative decoding exercises. And in the end, it was our collective efforts, our willingness to trust each other and challenge authority, that had brought down the Blackwood Society. The victory felt bittersweet, tinged with the sadness of those who had been lost and the lingering fear of what might still be hidden. But it was also a powerful affirmation of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, hope can prevail. I looked back at Crestwood Academy one last time, its ivy-covered walls seeming less imposing, less impenetrable. The secrets it held had been exposed, the shadows banished. And as I walked away, I carried with me not just the knowledge of a dark history, but also the confidence that even a 16-year-old girl could make a difference. The digital world had given me a voice, a platform to challenge injustice and expose corruption, and I wouldn't waste it. The story of the Blackwood Society would be told, the truth would be remembered, and the lessons learned would serve as a warning for generations to come. For in the end, the fight for truth is a timeless one, a constant struggle against those who seek to control and manipulate, and I was ready to join the fight.